welcome back to my channel, and if you are new, my name is Griselda. So in today's video, as you can see, I have a full face of makeup on, and that's because I am going to be doing a makeup tutorial from beginning to end using brand new products that I've never used before. And I am so excited because a lot of the products actually were really good, but some products just did not work for me, and you guys will see that in this video. So if you want to see how I get this look, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to turn on your notifications so you get notified every single time I upload. And without further ado, let's get started with this video. So I'm starting off with a clean face. I don't have anything on. I'm going to start off by using the Cosmic Maracuja Concentrated Face Balm. It's supposed to condition and hydrate your skin, so if you are really dry, this is going to be great for you. I'm not dry. I have normal to oily skin, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to apply it in the perimeter of my face, and then whatever extra I have, I can distribute that to the rest of my skin. It states that this is made with 9 different oils to help with hydration. It also has vitamin C to help firm, brighten, and smooth out the skin. And I'm just gonna start off with a little bit just because I don't know how this product works. It definitely feels like a balm on the skin. It doesn't feel like a moisturizer. Even though I do have normal to oily skin, I still like to hydrate my skin, especially if you're going to be using like oil-free products. If you're going to be setting your foundation, you also want to make sure that the skin underneath looks super healthy and glowy. So next we're going to be using this Awake Pore Down Tightening Concentrate. This is for normal to oily skin, and it is supposed to help reduce the appearance of pores instantly and throughout time. It does help also retexturize your skin. So if one of your main concerns is large pores, this is going to be your product. And we are going to apply that where I feel like I have the largest pores. It does have like a cooling sensation. I'm wondering if I should have done this before I did my moisturizer. I feel like it definitely tightened my pores. So next we're going to be trying out this Urban Decay Complexion Primer, and this one has an SPF F30. You guys know I'm such a huge fan of SPF, especially if I'm going to be out in the sun. A lot of primers don't have SPF, and if they do, they leave a white cast over the skin. I'm gonna apply just about that amount, and again, I like to rub it into my fingertips. Definitely doesn't leave a white cast, which is great. Before we move on to foundation, I like to work on my brows just to let the moisturizer, the primer, and everything else kind of just settle into the skin. We're going to be trying out the 24-Hour Super Brow by Kat Von D, and I have 2 shades here. I have medium brown and I have walnut, but I think I'm going to be using medium brown because this one has a little too much red for my brows, so I think this one's going to be a perfect one. And I'm just going to grab a Zoeva wing liner brush. It's super creamy. It's definitely super thick. I'm going to remove any excess product on the cap, and we are going to go back in. I've tried the pencils from Kat Von D and I really like it. I haven't really tried the pomade, and I only picked up a little bit. I feel like I can use that to fill in my whole entire brow. I'm just picking up whatever extra I have on the cap. I'm not going back into the actual pomade. So moving on to foundation, we are going to be using the Hello Happy Foundation by Benefit. I have 3 shades here out of 12. I want to say 6 is my shade, but I feel like it is too light, and the 7 and 8 are a little too warm, which means it has a little too much of an orange undertone. I'm going to start off by applying a little bit of the 6 and see if that works for me. This is a light to medium coverage foundation. It also has SPF, and that's one thing that I do love about the Benefit foundations is that they always have SPF, and this one has an SPF of 15. We're gonna just pick up a dual fiber brush, and I'm just going to apply a little bit of that on my cheek just to see what it looks like. I feel like it is a little too light. It definitely is a very light coverage. So I'm just going to try to build it up to a medium coverage. And the reason why I'm using a dual fiber brush instead of a beauty blender is because I feel like applying it with a damp beauty blender, it's going to shear down the foundation even more. And that's not what I want. I want to build it to at least a medium coverage. I see a little bit of like a pink undertone. Actually a really nice foundation. This could be like an everyday foundation. Yeah, I can already see that on this side it's already turning a little pink. That probably is not going to be good throughout the day for me, just because I don't have any pink undertone. Moving on to concealer, I'm going to be using this Hourglass Veil Retouch Fluid Concealer in the shade Honey. This is supposed to be a non-cakey, non-creasing for like a no makeup day concealer. So this definitely is a really lightweight, like almost like a water-based concealer, and I'm just going to apply a little bit of that right in the inner corner, just because that's where I have the most pigmentation. And because it is a lightweight concealer, I'm just gonna go in with a flat brush and just kind of press it in. It's the same method with the beauty blender. If I do use a damp beauty blender, because it's such a lightweight concealer, it's just going to absorb any product, and that's not what we want. I think you can definitely get away with just applying this concealer and no foundation. We still want to highlight under the eyes, so for that we're going to be using the No Filter Concealer by Colourpop, and this is in the shade Medium 30. This concealer definitely is a little bit more coverage, and I do like the applicator. Because this is a thicker consistency concealer, I am going to go in with a beauty blender, but I'm just going to try to press it in just very lightly, because I don't want to interrupt any of the products underneath. To set under the eyes, we're going to be using this Marc Jacobs Finishing Line Perfecting Coconut Setting Powder. And it says here, Finishing Line Perfecting Coconut Setting Powder instantly blurs and perfects your complexion while setting your makeup with a soft matte finish for up to 8 hours. The loose translucent powder features 5 forms of coconut and cocoa butter melting into undetectably for a healthy, hydrating look. So lightweight and creamy, the innovative formula layers seamlessly so your makeup stays looking fresh from start to finish. We're just gonna pick it up with a beauty blender and we are going to press it in. It definitely set my under eye. We're just gonna let that sit. So to set the rest of my face, I'm going to be using this Laura Mercier Cangleglow Sheer Perfecting Powder in the shade number 4. So this is just a sheer powder, and I just wanted to kind of set the whole foundation just to kind of give it a little bit more warmthness. I'm gonna dust off any extra powder underneath the eyes. It definitely blurred out my under eyes. To bronze up the skin, we are going to be using this Park Ave Princess palette by Tarte. It's like a contour palette to set and to contour your skin. So we're gonna be picking up Angle here, which is a matte shade. I'm just concentrating that like right underneath my cheekbone, just to kind of give my face a little structure, and then just run it through the rest of my face. I'm gonna pick up a little bit of that Marc Jacobs powder, and we are just going to define the cheekbones just a little bit. We're gonna pick up a little bit of that Angle color, and we're just gonna run that through the nose. And I'm using more of a flat shader brush to just give me a little bit more control of where I want the placement on the nose. We're gonna do the same process with the nose and the translucent powder. Pinch the beauty blender and just run it through the side of my nose to make the nose appear smaller. So now I'm just gonna pick up that brush and we're just gonna buff everything out. Whoa, what just happened? I feel like the bronzer just keeps coming off. Do you guys see that? Definitely looks a little patchy. I don't know if it was the powder or it definitely doesn't look as smooth. Well, that's that. So for blush, we are going to be using this Stilazi Bahamas blush palette, and we are going to pick up this shade right here called Mai Tai. I just want a little color, I don't want too much. Before we move on to highlight, we are going to spray a little bit of this So Chill Coconut Photo Finish Primer Water. This is not a new product, it's just a new scent. This is in collab with Nicole Concilio. This smells so good. So for highlight, I'm going to be using this Persona highlighter in the shade Zuma. This is their Cali Glow highlighter, and we are going to apply that with a Morphe M501 brush. I absolutely love this brush for any highlight application because it just blends the highlighter so smoothly onto the skin. This is pretty. This reminds me of Whisper of Guilt by MAC. So I'm gonna apply that on the forehead and in the chin area. I've been really liking the highlight on the chin. And then just the tip of the nose. Just look like a walking glazed donut. So since I don't have a new eye base, I'm just going to use the Hourglass Veil Retouching Fluid as my eye base. And then we're just going to set it with a translucent powder. So for the eyes, I'm going to be using this palette by Marc Jacobs. And this is the 790 Fantansine palette. And to start off, we are going to be using this color right over here. This is the shade Fantasy, which is a taupey pinky undertone eyeshadow. So we're going to use that as our transition shade. I didn't think that this eyeshadow color was going to be as pigmented because it looks really light on the actual palette. Now we're going to pick up this shade right here called For More, and I'm going to use a pencil brush and just kind of pack that on the outer corner of my eyes. So I'm getting a little fallout, so I'm going to pick up that powder and I'm going to apply that right underneath my eyes. And I'm just doing that so if I do have any fallout, I can easily just dust it off. Now we're just going to press in the For More shade into the outer corner. Now just using a clean tapered brush, I'm just gonna blend out the edges. I don't have any product on the actual brush because these eyeshadows are pretty pigmented, so if I pick up more product, it's just gonna be too hard to blend out. So now we're gonna pick up this shade called Meet Ya, and we are gonna use a flat synthetic brush. I always like to wet my eyeshadows before I apply it on my lid. And then I go back in with the pencil brush and just kind of blend those two eyeshadows together towards the outer corner. I want the eyes to be a little bit more dramatic, so I'm going to be using this BH Cosmetics eye lights in the shade Gal Pal. These are supposed to be kind of like an eye polish, so we are going to add a little bit of this like right in the center of the eyes. You guys see how it just gives it like a little pop right in the center? And I'm just going to use a pencil brush and just kind of press it in. This is so pretty. Formula definitely is a little creamy, so you have to be very careful with applying the actual product so it doesn't interrupt the eyeshadow underneath. So I don't have any new eyeliner that I wanted to try, so I'm going to be using the Razor Sharp by Urban Decay, and we're just going to create a nice wing. So for mascara, I'm going to be using this Origins Jing Zing Brightening Mascara to lengthen and lift. This is what the applicator looks like. The brush looks pretty interesting. I've actually never seen a brush like this. I definitely feel it pulling my lashes. You can't really see because I have eyeliner on, but you can definitely see how it's separated my lashes, and it does give me a really nice lift. I definitely am a huge fan of the brush because I feel like the bristles are lifting up my lashes. So for lashes, I'm going to be using the Flutter lashes in the style Shimmer. I typically don't like super long lashes like this. I like them a little bit more fuller and more wispy towards the end. And what I've been doing lately is I've been setting up my lashes high up so you can see the difference. Sometimes it makes it hard to apply the lashes when you have mascara on. So typically what I like to do is I like to apply the mascara after I do my lashes just to kind of blend everything together. It's kind of easier for me to brush my lashes through the false lashes, but because I applied the mascara on first, I have to go back in and just kind of separate my lashes and make them blend in with the false lashes. Granted, I didn't wait for my mascara to dry before I applied on my lashes, so it might be my fault. You guys know how much I love a neutral eyeliner in my waterline, so Awake has this eyeliner called Eye Opener, and it is also a neutral eyeliner, so I'm gonna apply that in the waterline, and it's supposed to just brighten and open up your eyes, reduce obviously any redness. Before we finish up this look, you guys know that I never set my brows. I always just leave them like that because I kind of have a love-hate relationship with brow gels because most brow gels leave your brows feeling super crunchy, and this is made to just hydrate and nourish your brows while setting them at the same time. You can actually use this by itself and kind of give you a really nice tint, or you can just set your brows after you're done filling them in. I'm using the shade Dutch, which is like a cooler tone brown, and we are just going to fill this in. Instantly, I don't feel anything on my eyebrows. I love how small the brush is, so it can kind of also help you just brush the product throughout the whole entire brow. So for lip liner, I'm going to be using the LA Girl Cosmetics Perfecting Precision Lip Liner in the shade Sugar and Spice. I've used their Twist Up lip liner, which I love. They're super easy to glide on. And for lipstick, I'm going to be using this CoverGirl Creamy Cream Dulce de Leche lipstick. I actually have never tried their lipsticks before, which is pretty shocking because I use CoverGirl all the time. But let's see. Ooh, this is really light. This is really, really light. No, but you gotta make it work. See how it's already like blending in with the lip liner? I feel like a lot of people get discouraged once they see the shade. So for gloss, we're gonna be using this Bite Beauty gloss in the shade Vanilla Latte, and it's the French Press lip gloss. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna apply it on my hand, and I'm just gonna pick it up with a brush and apply it on like that, because I feel like you get the best color payoff when you do it that way. Ooh, this is pretty. So after putting down my hair, I realized that I did not set my makeup. So we are going to spray ourselves with the Photo Finish Primer Water in the scent So Chill Coconut. Alright everyone, so this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments down below if you want to see more videos like this, or if you want me just to stick to reviews or just makeup tutorials. I honestly do enjoy doing these videos because I am able to just test out products and letting you guys know right there and then if they work or if they don't. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and I will see you guys in my next video.